Hello, everybody. I have been getting a lot of feedback from you guys that you love the type of content that I am actually going to be sharing today. So, I've been hearing you guys love the strategy pieces, but you also love the mind work, the thought work, the more inspirational type stuff that really gets you to move into action. And so, I was thinking about what I wanted to share with you guys this week, and a lot has been coming up for me and for my clients, and through this whole process of going through these really fast and huge up levels, about what it takes, right? Why do some people get amazing results and build 6 and 7 figure businesses? Why do other people struggle? And what I want to talk about today is, I think, one of those reasons that some people go really far and other people stay stuck or end up struggling for quite some time. And it's really all around your self perception. So, how you see yourself in the world directly affects whether or not clients will want to work with you. It directly affects how much money you make, and really, if you'll ever even have success in building a business. Let me just say that again. How you see yourself in the world directly affects whether or not clients will want to work with you, how much money you'll make, and if you're ever going to really have success in building a business. So, I want to give you, as we kind of start, some questions to begin reflecting on. These might be things that you want to, more deeply consider after, some things you might want to journal on. And I'm curious maybe to hear what comes up for you. You'd be welcome to share that with me in my Facebook group, which I don't talk about much on here, but it is Authentic Conversion Organic 6 Figure Fitness Business. So, would love to have you join and share your thoughts. So, here are the 3 questions. Number 1, what do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about yourself? And there is no specific area, there's no right or wrong. And I'll give you some examples from myself in my own life to maybe help you think here in just a moment. Second question, what do you believe about your ability to help people get results? I hear this from especially newer coaches all the time, or coaches who are looking to pivot their businesses online, and they really struggle with the belief that they can get their clients the results that they desire. And I've gone through that as well. And the third question, what do you believe about your own worthiness? I wrote a post on worthiness earlier today, just for my personal Facebook and Instagram profiles. And it creates a really interesting topic of conversation, because our self perception around worthiness often comes from our childhood, it comes from experiences throughout our lives. And I find that our perception of our own self-worth and our worthiness has to be intentionally cultivated for many of us. It's not just something that we are like, yeah, I'm worth X thousands of dollars, right? So, I want to share with you guys, because I hope that it will help you, but here is the self perception that I have developed. This is how I see myself. Okay. And, I might have a few years ago apologized and seemed like, oh, this is going to seem so egotistical, but this is just the truth. And this is how I view myself in the world. And I really believe this is how I've been able to create a multiple 6 figure business in my boot camp and a multiple 7 figure business in my online coaching business. So here's the self perception that I have developed. Number 1, I am the very best organic marketing and authentic selling coach for online health, fitness, and life coaches. I believe that 1,000,000% that I am the best at organic marketing and teaching authentic selling strategies. Okay. I also believe that my clients consistently get the best results in the industry. The best. Go look at my videos. They're there. The best. Also, I believe that I over deliver in value to my clients. I give and I give and I give and I show up. And of course, that's reflected in the client results. I also fully believe that my program changes lives. I have someone who just started week 7 of the program that I teach, my 16-week marketing intensive, and she'd never coached before. She had never made money in an online business ever before. And in fact, she hadn't brought money into her family in about 6 months. And 7 weeks later, she's got 20 clients and almost a $20,000 launch, right? My program changes lives. I know that for a fact. And I have so much belief in my program that when I speak to potential soulmate clients, I'm just like, if they don't do this, they're crazy. Like, this is the craziest thing for them not to do this. I also believe that the value I deliver and the results my clients get is why I have a multi-million dollar business and why I deserve to have a multi-million dollar business. This is always an interesting question that I like to ask people. Why do you deserve to make a lot of money? And it's one that people really, really, really struggle with. But maybe another one to add to your list to reflect on. And this one took a little bit longer, but I know that this is true now. This is, again, part of my self perception. And this is something I've probably embraced more, I would say, in the last like year to year and a half, but I fully believe it is that regardless of anything else, people up level when they are in my energy and under my teaching. People have transformational experiences in their business and their income and their relationships and their mindset when they are in my energy. So when I sell my program, I'm not just thinking about, the results in their business. I know for a fact that being in my energy changes people, okay? And I've had that experience under coaches and mentors of mine as well. And I think it's because when people are in my energy and under my teaching, they up level, it's because my belief and my energy transfers to them. And what I just think is the best way to summarize this is that my magic creates magic in others. It truly, truly does. So when people are in my energy and under my teaching, they up level because my belief and my energy transfers to them. And therefore, my magic creates magic in others. Do you see how powerful that is, you guys? All of these self-perception things around being the best at what I do, around my clients and getting amazing results, the belief that I over deliver, that my program changes lives, and that people are impacted for the better and they grow simply by being in my energy. Those are powerful, powerful self-perceptions. Those have allowed me to charge what I need to charge for my time and my services. They've allowed me to build a multi-7-figure business, and they've allowed me to create a life where I get to give a lot back to the world. It's insanely powerful. And I'm not saying that I never struggle with things like doubt and fear and imposter syndrome anymore, because that's not realistic, right? There's a lot of noise out there. There's always someone to compare yourself to. But those false thoughts about, can I do this and being an imposter, those false thoughts pass through my brain all the time. And they come and go, right? They don't hang around for very long. But the stuff that I just described as my intentional self-perception is my absolute truth. There is no question about it. And your self-perception gets to be created only by you. And it's a very intentional thing. And really, truly, a big part of this is letting go of what anyone else thinks of you, which I know is hard for so many of you. And it has been very hard for me. I am the most natural born people pleaser. And so things absolutely still affect me. But I have decided how I want to view myself and who I want to be. You get to create that. And you've got to let go of what others think. And, the truth is, unless you've intentionally hurt someone or you've intentionally hurt people, anything that anyone else thinks of you really isn't any of your business. Most of people's opinions about you, the negative ones, it's just a reflection of the things that they don't like in themselves, right? It's that they are putting that on you, right? Because it's an easier thing to do than take responsibility. So decide who you are. Decide how you want to see yourself, and then reinforce this self-perception every single day. And you can do that in a lot of ways, right? You could journal on it, you could meditate on it, you could visualize it, you could create affirmations around it. For me, I'm much more into thought work and visualization. That's where I really have been able to personally solidify and up level so much of myself. But whatever works for you is fine. Read nice messages your clients send. Okay, that's another way to really emphasize this. But do whatever you need to do to solidify this self-perception that you desire, that is going to be the thing to take you to the next level. Because what is going to get you to where your goal is, whether that's $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month or whatever your goal is not what you're doing right now. You cannot get to the next level with your current level of being, with your current level of belief, with your current level of awareness. This is so important, okay? And it might just start as thoughts or a new story you're choosing to tell yourself because it's more of what you want to believe about yourself. But I'm telling you, the more you focus on it, the more you repeat it to yourself, the better. Because when you are giving yourself these new thoughts or telling yourself these new stories, they will be very fleeting, right? They'll come and go. But when you can be so repetitive and so focused on who this person is that you want to become and your perception around your own self, that is when the emotion around it starts to surface. And we change thoughts by changing the emotion that we're experiencing in our bodies, right? An emotion, a feeling is a vibration in our bodies. And so if we want to go from being really drowning in imposter syndrome to being a multi-six-figure earner, then you have to go through that self-perception work. How do you see yourself now? What is your intentional self-perception going to become? And then you've got to get really diligent and really repetitive around that intentional self-perception so that you can really evoke the emotion of that new version of yourself. And when you can begin experiencing and embodying the emotions of the belief that you desire to have, the magic and the shifts really, truly, finally begin to happen. So it's not just like snap your fingers and there's a new thought and here's the new version of me. It definitely takes some work. But what you need to know is that this is available to you. I always tell people I have nothing special. I had no particular advantages. I'm not a genius at all, right? And so much of my success, which I've talked about before, is like really a decade long overnight success, right? But so much of that has come from doing a lot of personal development and a lot of thought work and being really diligent about the person that I want to become. So again, when you can begin experiencing and embodying the emotions of the belief that you desire to have, that's when things really change and that's when you begin to up level. And if you do it enough, nothing will rock you anymore. You're not going to get thrown off your game. You're not going to shut down. You're not going to be inconsistent because you're going to be so clear and so certain of who you are and the value that you bring to the world. It's going to be easy for you to charge your worth. And it's going to be easy to get clients to say yes to that because they feel it too. And they know it to be true. They know your worth to be true. There's that whole saying, right? Be, do, have. You've got to be already in that energy. You've got to be the person you want to be. You've got to do the actions of the person that you want to be. And then you have the things that you desire to have. Another way of saying it, one of my very best friends, Dr. Jade Teta, he always says, be it till you see it. It's not fake it till you make it, be it till you see it. Okay. And any story and any self-perception is available to you. You can have the most negative self-perception, or you can have a millionaire self-perception. That's the one that I've chosen. So why not choose the one that's going to actually serve you and bring your dreams to life? Come on. I mean, why else? Why else do it? So I would love to hear how this resonates with you. And I also would love to hear what types of content you would like me to create on the Authentic Conversion podcast going forward. So I want to invite you today, instead of sending you to accontentguide.com, I want to invite you, and you can still go grab my fast content creation guide at accontentguide.com to build your business. But I want to invite you to join me in my free Facebook community. There are over 6,000 coaches from all around the world in there, and we are talking all things online business building all the time. So I would love to invite you to come join us, be part of the conversation, give me feedback on what it is that you want to learn. And you can do that by searching on Facebook, Authentic Conversion, Organic Six-Figure Fitness Business. So I appreciate you listening, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.